better at compressing info.
That's the podcast, though. You don't have to compress info in podcasts. That's the point of a podcast. It's supposed to be conversation.
But we come up with...
It's not scripted. You're supposed to compress script.
Stick to the fucking script. Because
Stick to the fucking script, you scrub.
Alright. Are you ready? Are you ready?
You make it worse when you say no.
I don't... No. Because there's no way to come in without, like... Okay, we're ready. We're going now. Brendan, we've started. We're here.
Can't start with this noise going on.
No, but we have. Because we're in it. This is actually the beginning.
Okay.
Hello.
Fine. Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I guess so.
You better well be ready because we're in it.
Oh
no! All right. I guess this is that portion where I say welcome.
It's been a while.
It's been a very long while.
Yeah.
It's funny because like I made promises like a long time ago that I'd bring out a video, but I never did.
Nice job.
Because I'm lazy. I'm like a fresh fucking turd. I suck. I'm Kid Wittee. Or, Stevie. That works too. Stevie, And the guy across the table from me.
I'm Hugrazy.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah.
He's Brandon as well. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to call him.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, that'd be weird if I called you like Hugrazy.
You have to now. It's my name. Call me by my name.
You get to get it legally changed.
Call me by my name.
Call me by my name, Steve.
Oh yeah, speaking of names, I guess we're sticking with Weebcast because we said last episode.
Yeah, fuck those other guys.
Yeah, we said last time we were gonna switch it, but then I put some thought into it, and I'm like, you know what? If we ever find ourselves in a position where we have to change
which we will.
Yeah, because we're amazing. And we end up getting popularity, and people are like, "Oh, you gotta switch it because those other guys are like that." We're already in a pretty good position at that point, so I don't think it matters.
Yeah, we'll come up. Now. This is YouTube, man.
We'll cross that road. When
YouTube's
the time
pretty
comes.
relaxed.
Yeah,
like to the point where like no one's gonna try to fucking sue us. It's too much effort,
Or will they?
No one has the money for that. Like, you know how much money it costs to try to sue someone?
A lot.
Way too much money. No one's got the money for that. Especially not then.
They're gonna sue us.
I hope so.
Okay. All right, let's.
They're gonna bring up that clip, like, and then Steve made this comment. He hopes that they sue him. So you're just trying to egg us on, are you?
Oh, let's get these bastards.
But anyway, there's a purpose to this one.
Is there?
Well, I mean, E3 just happened, right? So like that's kind of like we're gonna keep it like Weeb on the video game side. I don't really got a lot of anime to discuss. I haven't really been keeping up.
I have.
I was going to wait for them to finish, and I was going to run through them all.
That's fair. I guess the next one we'll do will be more anime related. But this one's going to be more game related.
I mean, we could talk about how hype Cabana is, but I mean...
I've only seen like 3
that's
episodes.
later, yeah. I mean, but those 3 episodes were fire.
They were.
You know they were fire. You know where they... And like Hero Academia was sick. I don't know. It was good. But E3 is cool.
E3 happened.
E3 was pretty good.
Yeah, some interesting
It was like in the middle. I mean... how like how many Apocalypse games are we gonna see? That might be like one question one might ask.
Lots, that's the new formula.
That's the gimmick, but I guess like every like kind of generation has their own gimmick.
Yeah.
Like I mean, technically, if you think about it, like back in the day, platform games were kind of like, oh my god, another fucking platformer. Yeah. I feel like
Yeah, but still, like the reason why we're getting so many of these apocalyptic,
like
not
Last
really
of Us and stuff
apocalyptic,
like that.
but like something that's in a forest or in our world that can happen in our world is because like it's a lot easier to just recreate things with the technology we have nowadays.
Well, it's because
when you go play a game and you're
like that too,
Yeah.
People love it. People
love graphics.
People love the apocalypse.
People love the graphics.
Yeah, I don't. I prefer honestly, Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
The new Zelda game.
Like that. Like when I see a game like that, that's what I think of when I think like, oh, this game's graphic stuff.
Yeah.
Like you got all these amazing colors and shit, and all the grass is blowing in the wind, and oh Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Yeah, that game is looking nice.
Oh my God. Like, it's not often when a game exceeds your hype.
It does.
Like, I was already, like, super hyped and I knew it was gonna be dirty.
I know. There's just so many. I'm just so proud of all the things that they showed.
I just love because the trailer, every time they cut, they were showing game mechanics. Like that's how you make a fucking trailer.
I was gonna talk about that in the video, but it's just actually showing your gameplay mechanics.
Yeah. Now we make these very gimmicky we'll say we'll show you gameplay.
Yeah, scripted.
But it's scripted gameplay. It's this gameplay that we're not really showing you the game. It's somebody who's played the part 1,000 times.
That's what I'm saying.
And they try to worked everything down to a T, and they try to make it look cool, but the game doesn't actually play like that if you play it.
And you actually have to go through that exact set of sequences for that to look cool in any way.
And I think that's what's so hard about game design. You have to make something cool without being able to direct it,
Yeah. That's what's so hard, because you could make a scripted gameplay sequence. Everybody's like, "Wow, look at the gameplay! It's so great," and everybody gets hyped for it. But it's so difficult to actually show off gameplay and make it look cool, just as it being in the trailer. Some people look at the Zelda and they're just like, "What? I don't." I've seen people talk and they're like, "What?
Yeah, what is? I don't get it." But it's that. It's they're showing you what you can do.
Yeah, there's so many things that
they showed you one I'm trying to do a count. They showed that you can move the rocks and stuff. And you can push them down hills to kill things.
And they're chopping down.
So
they're
showing you can use your environment to kill enemies and shit like that, and the chopping down the trees. Yeah.
Yeah, and using that as a bridge to get over this.
And they showed area. That the wind. I don't know if they showed it in the trailer, but the wind will grab the fire and spread it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they showed actually lighting shit on fire.
And they showed little subtle things. You have to pay attention. Link was wearing armor at certain points, so you understand that there's probably some sort of armor system.
Yeah.
They show you game mechanics, too. Yeah, and they had all that shit.
Yeah.
And they showed there's some sort of stealth mechanics and stuff like that.
Yeah. And actually using your music in the trailer. That's actually part of the game. And they showed
that there was definitely different types of armor in the trailer, because there's a bit where Link's diving into the water to catch fish or something, and he's in swimming trunks type looking thing, And then they they showed actual music from the game, you said, instead of a Seven Nation Army.
Yeah, what?
In a World War One game, and Battlefield 1. And you're what the fuck is this?
Let's grab an old popular song, and make a dubstep remix
they dubstep it too, and it's if you're in the World War environment, you should play classical music or something,
or something that actually matches.
You gotta fit the themes
of the game. Or better thought, get your composer to actually compose something that matches your game.
But the Zelda trailer is good though.
Yeah.
And they also showed too, they did a subtle, it was Link, wake up, and it was hey, we got voice acting.
Yeah.
They did all these things to show you actually what's in the game.
Yeah, they conveyed their
I know you didn't
without
watch
actually having just a title on the screen going.
I know you didn't watch the Ubisoft thing, but I watched a bit of it. But they showed this new Ghost Recon game, and it was this 20-minute thing of just straight up scripted gameplay, and it was just okay.
And
it literally looks like janky Metal Gear Solid 5, and it's bad.
Well,
but I don't know if it's bad. I doubt it's good though. But
1 year later, it's bad. I don't even know when it's coming out. I didn't watch the Ubisoft press conference.
I know all the shit that was hype from this press conference they showed last year. Really. Last Guardian, obviously, we got a new trailer.
That's
for that.
That's a good point. Yeah, that was the difference between this year's E3 and last year's E3. Last year's was just there's a lot more new shit. Projects.
But that's what I'm saying. This kind of annoys me because I go on the internet and I immediately after Sony's thing, which I thought was pretty dry, and no people didn't even wait for the press conference to finish. People best E3, best E3, and I'm it's all old shit.
Yeah, it's all stuff
cool.
that we already.
It's a good E3.
Yeah, it was. We got to see some more of the stuff that we already know about.
We got to see
knew about
some more P5, which is tasty.
Yeah, they didn't show it in the actual.
Yeah, but I thought okay, well.
No, but that's the thing though. They don't show the niche stuff like that. They'll show them.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird. Yeah, we didn't get a lot of new announcements, but the ones that were didn't look very promising.
Yeah. Well, that Horizon game, but they already showed that last year, so
Yeah, that was I don't know, and the new God of War game looked really cut and paste. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. The new God, literally the camera angle. I'll edit it in. I'll do a back to back. It literally looks like The Last of Us, and it looks like they're actually kind of jockeying The Last of Us story wise though too, because they have the older guy and the younger kid.
Yeah.
And the camera angle, the way the game moves, looks like The Last of Us. I was what the hell is this? This isn't fucking God of War.
When I look at that game, I just think of every single Like, it's just, it's the modern design of video games,
Here's
like,
the
in
thing.
a nutshell.
I
Like, that's
think
what it is.
when you make a sequel, you have, like, I think you need to change, you know?
Yeah,
but
but,
like,
like,
and
you
people are like,
fail-
oh, like, they're changing, they're innovating. I'm like, they're not innovating, they're just copy and pasting.
That's what I'm
what's
saying. If
popular.
you're just going to
Like,
make
if you
it
make a
everything
sequel,
else, then why are you innovating?
it has
for
to
that sake?
retain the feeling of God of War, though, you know? Like, it's like when Zelda, every time, and I hate, everyone's like, oh, it's Nintendo just copy and paste. Like, every time Nintendo makes a sequel, it's drastically different, but it still feels like
it's still
Mario. And like, I always see
maintains the
people like,
core.
oh, how many Mario games are there? And I'm like, there's like 6 main series games, and it started in the fucking 80s. I was like, so like, there's not a lot of Mario games, you know? And there's not a lot of Zelda games either. Like, there's like, it takes them like 7 years to like drop like a new game like every time, like 6 years around there.
Yeah, if it wasn't for like the characters like Zelda and Link, and you showed somebody Wind Waker and then Twilight, and then the new one, like they wouldn't be able to
they
draw the line.
changed so
It's
much like gameplay wise. Like every time they make a new Zelda game, there's different things that are more so the focus. Like I'd say for me personally, I feel like Twilight, it had a more cinematic focus.
Yeah.
And Wind Waker, it was all about adventure and like sailing in the sea and finding islands and treasures and shit. And like that was like a big part of that.
Exactly.
And the new game, you can tell they're trying to bring you back to like the wild. That's all about your environment, the breath of the wild. And like
It's almost
Ocarina
like
of Time,
they're trying to
like,
get you to breathe the wild.
like it's like each game, it feels so different. Like Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask, it looks very similar, but it's super different gameplay wise as well. Because Majora's Mask, you have this whole gameplay element of using the masks.
Yeah. And even though they use like all the assets from Ocarina of Time, like they're capable of making
feels
a game
different.
feel
It's
so
crazy.
different.
But like that, no, like gameplay wise, it's different too because you put on these masks, right? And like, I know you gotta play it still, but like, you transform to like the Goron or like the Zora and shit like that, and the gameplay is super different. And even like the way like the game's laid out, there's like, I think there's like 4 like main dungeons. And a lot of it's like these mini little things that you do, and that game's fucking awesome. And there's so many side quests and shit. Like, I think the reason why a lot of people don't like it as much is they didn't do the side quests. Like, I think you need to play the side quests to fully appreciate Majora's Mask.
And also, like Majora's Mask, like especially back in the day, was just in the shadow of Ocarina of Time. Like Ocarina of Time just came out.
I honestly think
and
Majora's
like,
Mask is better than Ocarina of Time, personally.
No, I'd have to see.
Because
played
Majora's Mask is like a fucking game. Like I can't. It's hard to explain. Like it's just so much a video game. Like the gameplay mechanics.
This game is so gamey.
Yeah, I can't even. It's hard for me. It's like the perfect game, like mechanics. Like I don't know. It's like the perfect example of like working with your like restrictions and making it like work.
Yeah, actually thinking about game mechanics. That's one big thing where not a lot of people do anymore, is that like actually creating new game mechanics and actually thinking about
everybody
things.
just like
Everybody's just like, oh, that already works, let's just drop that that's already been created into our game.
God of War.
And then we just gotta have a collection of all this shit that everybody's just been refining all these years.
Like I remember like way back, like Donkey kind of made like this joke video, and I remember you and I were joking around about it for so long that he made that, and we're like, oh, thank God. And he's saying like it's like when you go to build a pizza and you just fucking put everything on and it just doesn't work. Yeah. And like for example, I remember we were going to buy slushies the other day, and we started putting like we started like mixing all the flavors. I'm like, why do we do that? That doesn't work. Like
because it's better.
And you put all the flavors of the slushie, and it's like it's better because you get everything. And it's like no. You need to focus on like one thing, you know.
Yeah.
But like that's one thing though that I like about like the time mechanic, and I'll make a video about it, or will I?
or maybe I'll just talk about it. Woo!
But yeah, that's what it feels like a lot. Like a lot of games I see, it feels very rehashed. Like you said, it doesn't feel like anyone's innovating. Like Nintendo's the only company that innovates.
Like Nintendo, like even like with Splatoon, like it's just
I
all
was
these
actually
mechanics.
just about to say Splatoon.
Yeah, all these mechanics that it seems so obvious now, but like you never thought about them. And then you see the first trailer of the mechanics of like the squids going inside the ink when you shoot the ink, and you can just swim around it. And everybody's like, oh my gosh.
Oh my god, would you look at that?
That is fresh.
But it's like, this is how the game industry's always been. If you step back and take a look at it, like Nintendo innovates, everyone copies and makes a shitty version of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the people that are actually passionate about what they do, they make the good thing, even if it's rough around the edges, and everybody's like, oh, that works, and then they just drop it in their game.
Or like Nintendo will innovate, right? And then they'll inspire someone, you know? And then that's usually where we get kind of like our indie stuff. Like a lot of the time, if you look into indie developers that actually make good indie games, they'll
like, I was
cite the
inspired by
references
Zelda
of like Nintendo.
and Metroid.
Yeah, like I think Ori and the Blind Forest, they were like, oh yeah, we're like huge Zelda and like Metroid fans and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
Because your game's not garbage.
I
I gotta play that. Apparently, it's really good.
Yeah.
It looked good. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, Microsoft.
It's on Steam, right?
Yeah, it's on Steam.
I ain't buying an Xbox
One.
for
no,
that.
kid, Xbox One is the most gimmicky piece of shit console of all time. Like, I can't believe they're even bringing out like a slim version because they've literally abandoned it. Like Sony abandoned the Vita. Like, because they're making it so you can buy all the games that are Xbox exclusives also on Windows. So why would I buy an Xbox if I can buy like every new game, like Dead Rising 4, you can get it on Windows. Gears of War, you can get it on Windows.
Yeah,
it's like why why would you buy an Xbox if you can build a PC? Like I get it, like if you're like got budget constraints, but like don't even buy an Xbox. Buy a PS4 if you got budget constraints. You know?
Like I said this before, like the reason why
like the games that are coming out on Xbox aren't that good. Trust me.
Even if they here's the thing, like even if they were, like I'd straight up have to buy the PS4
well,
for
we
the
have too much
Japanese
good
support.
shit.
Like the Japanese support, like I need that.
Well, Japan's been like the kings of like gaming always. We've never caught up to them. The only time we were close was in PS2 era. That's the only time we were making games that were kind of on the same level. Like with like Jack and Daxter and like Ratchet and Clank and stuff like that. But it's like, I don't know, Japan's always been on top as far as game design goes.
Yeah, new fresh ideas and stuff like that.
Well, it's like every time a game changes the industry, it's usually from Japan. Like when Dark Souls came out, like it changed the way that we looked at games, you know?
Yeah.
Like it kind of made everyone shift focus again, you know? And like every now and then, I neglected to mention like Bethesda. Bethesda's like one of the only good North American game companies.
Yeah, I haven't played any of their I played a bit
and
of
they're
Skyrim,
like one of the
actually.
companies though that like kind of made everyone rethink again, like shit focus. Like whenever Bethesda dropped, like when they dropped like Skyrim, everyone had to try hard again.
Yeah, they're like, shit.
And like when Zelda Wii U comes out, I already know people are gonna steal all the ideas and stuff like that, and then
It's so
people are
weird.
gonna rip on it.
Like whenever something sells really well and like is a very good game and does something new, like it's almost like everybody has to try hard again for like the next year or so. Like that happened when Skyrim came out, and everybody's like, motherfucker.
I'm very content with like the coming. For the coming months, we're getting a lot of good looking stuff. Like we're getting the new Monster Hunter game, which I'm very psyched about.
It's already out in Japan, but still.
We don't have it.
Well, we don't have it though, and we can't speak Japanese.
Yeah. What else are we? Yeah, like a fucking 2017 though.
Yeah, no, Persona.
Like we're
5.
getting P5 and Zelda.
Yeah.
We don't deserve it.
we don't
deserve it. It's not right.
Yeah, and then The Lost Guardian's coming out.
Yeah, and we're getting October 25th. We're getting The Last Guardian, which is gonna be hype as fuck.
Kojima's working on.
Yeah, that looks cool. That looks like trippy. I don't even know. I'm curious. That looks like very.
Let's see what it
looks like some abstract shit. Apparently, I don't know. I heard it was supposed to be like action oriented. Who the hell is messaging me on Facebook? Oh, hey, it's Eden. I'm gonna shut this off though. I don't sorry. I'm so sorry. Boo! Boo! We're doing a fucking show here.
Fucking asshole.
That's really weird because I was thinking like I was trying to think who told me about like the action thing and I was just about to be like, oh yeah, it's Eden.
Yeah.
Who told me that? And then he fucking texts me right
and
there.
You're like, oh.
I'm like,
he heard us.
Weird timing. He did hear us. He's like, you talking about me? No, fuck. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty content with like E3. I mean, there's some like I'm very cynical with like North American game design, but I try to give them a chance. Like that For Honor game, I'm kind of intrigued about. Yeah, like
I don't know though.
But it's got Ubisoft behind it, so I can't. It looks good though. Like when I was looking at it, it looks like they've actually thought about like the gameplay and they've tried to make it a little deeper. Yeah. And you got all these things like you can block left, block up, and block right. You know, and you actually have like these legitimate like I could see them being like pretty long lasting. Like sword battles, like once you got good, like you'd be sitting there so tense, like, oh fuck, he's blocking my shit.
Even if it's like great though, expect microtransactions.
Oh, you're gonna. But one thing that I liked about it though, when I was watching it too, is I liked you did damage to your teammates. Like I liked that. Like it felt like they were actually really trying to make something that was not like gimmicky and actually like hard. Yeah. Because like if you were doing like a sword battle with someone and your teammate came to help you, like you'd have to be like wary of where you're standing, you know. Mm-hmm. Like I'm like
Well, it's so hard to make that actually work.
Mm-hmm. But I just feel like if they didn't put that in there, it would make it feel so janky because you'd just be sitting there like you could swinging your sword like a fucking madman.
You could be such an asshole though.
Oh, you could, but like that's the thing.
They
though.
just
like,
queue in with random people. And be like,
yeah, but they're taking into account though that like people are actually gonna get serious about the fucking game.
Yeah, I'm sure
you can be an asshole, but they'll probably
maybe, I don't know.
Probably slice him in the back, and you'll get like I remember like in old days dating myself. No, when you play Halo online, if you like did friendly fire, like if you killed guys a couple times, like you could do like a team vote, and it'd be like okay, get rid of this guy.
Okay, that's fair. I thought about that.
And then it would just it would replace him with someone else.
I remember that.
Yeah, so you could do that, which was cool, and I assume that's what they'll have in there.
Yeah,
and even like in like. Even like games like League of Legends where like you can't kill your team, but if you're being a fucking dick though, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like so, no matter what you're doing, you can be a dick.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like you're playing something like League of Legends, you can be a total asshole.
Yeah.
And you can fucking just. It's just like, come on, man. Like I'm just trying to play the game.
Stop it.
Yeah. Like anything that's multiplayer, you can be an asshole. Splatoon, you just sit at the base, like just I'm a squid down. You're just spraying paint everywhere.
But there's certain levels of like you can be like some games like obviously you can be a dick and just lose the game for your team.
Oh.
But like there's some games where you could just grief beyond griefing. I'm trying to think of some other games for you.
I thought that Sea of Thieves game looked interesting. Like, if you had a couple of homies.
Game.
The thing that I liked about it is that it actually had like art direction to it. Like we're just making this hyper realistic thing. Like they had this cool like cartoon-esque style. Yeah. I like cartoon style personally.
Yeah, but like talking about scripted, like I'm just not sure what to think of it yet because like talking about scripted gameplay, like you know when they had like the guys, like it wasn't scripted, but like they had some of the streamers like playing it. They're all freaking out at every second. Like,
yeah, no. Get on the Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, no, that's what I'm like, it's not that hype, guys.
It's not that hype. like it just nothing's happening.
I was like, get on the boat. Oh, yeah. I was like, it could get to levels that hype, but like, it's not that hype. But yeah, they even do that stuff now too. They're like script reactions. They're like, we'll pay you X amount of dollars if you act like you're hype while you're playing Sea of Thieves.
Oh my god!
I'll take that dough.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to. There just wasn't that much at E3. Like after Zelda dropped, I just stopped giving a shit about everything else.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Nintendo showed up with. They didn't. Yeah, I guess they showed up
with Zelda and Pokemon.
Pokemon. It was so funny during the Nintendo stream because like they showed Zelda first
and
then Pokemon, and not that Pokemon's not hype.
Okay, that shows you how hype Zelda is. Like, 'cause Pokemon's so hype. Like people love fucking Pokemon.
Yeah, but after they showed the trailer and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do 40 minutes of Pokemon," and then Zelda later, everybody was like, "Get the fuck back!" It was like,
no, it's like because if you went, because I went on the trailer after because they uploaded it, like while I was sitting there watching E3, and you saw comments like, "Anyone else come here because they're sick of Pokemon?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I want to see more fucking Zelda.
How hype Zelda is. Because Pokemon is
like Pokemon has that power too. It's crazy.
But that's
it's like
Zelda.
Pokemon. Listen, but that's what's crazy about that though. Like that just shows how much power Zelda has as an IP. Yeah. Because Pokemon has like more power than like anyone's IPs that aren't Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like as soon as Nintendo's like, yeah, we're doing a new Pokemon, the world goes in like a fucking uproar.
Yeah.
Like when they drop anything, like when I remember when they said they're doing Poke and everyone was like, I was like, oh my god, oh. And then like, yeah, so I don't know, Zelda, but like, see, here's the thing, because Zelda's got power, but then they showed it and it was better than anyone expected it to be.
Yeah, because like back like last year when they showed like the first teaser trailer, I'm like, that looks like beyond hype, but like I had expectations.
No, like I remember when we saw it, we were like, no.
Yeah, like you know how like when you have high expectations going into something, and then it just kind of like meets those normal expectations, then you're just kind of like, oh, okay, like you're not hyped anymore because like,
and then you
actually get to see the game now. But like, it's the first time when I'm like, I actually get to see the game, and I'm like, I'm even more hyped than I was before. I
remember like, because they showed it like all fucking day they were doing Zelda, and I just couldn't get off on my computer. I was just watching it.
Like they just bring one game.
Yeah, and everyone's like,
we're gonna play one game for 3 days.
Yeah. They know. I just thought it was funny because I was sitting there like, I just couldn't stop watching. I just kept watching. I'm like, oh no, and they just kept showing all these things. I was like, this game's hype.
Yeah, no, that's what's so great too. Like, even though like I talk about like actually showing the gameplay mechanics in the trailers, but like even though they showed so many gameplay mechanics in the trailers, there's even more in the gameplay mechanics in the game. They didn't just blow their load completely.
That's what I'm saying.
Trailer.
Like, when
even when they're playing it on the treehouse thing, like you could see them doing different things that weren't in the trailer. Actually having,
and that's one thing I liked about like the Nintendo when they show off a game. They don't have this guy that's played the part 1,000 times. Like they just kind of let everyone just kind of run loose. Like obviously the people at Treehouse have been playing it in the office for a long time, but it's not like they're just playing the game, you know?
Yeah, it's not just like these scripted dynamic things.
Like they're actually playing the game, you know. Like I like because
what's that game that we're joking about? Where the one with the big zombie hordes and stuff like that.
Oh, Days Gone.
Yeah, but like he was on the roof and like there was a spot where I guess the
guy
just snuck up on him, like I guess to the side beside his peripheral vision. He's like he just punches him. I'm like, how did he sneak up on that guy? Like it's just so scripted where you'd have to be in that specific spot for that guy to sneak up on you.
Because I feel like when we make games now, like I feel like a lot of these people would be better suited as like movie directors.
No,
you know?
well, that's the thing.
Because they try to make movies and games.
But that's the thing, though. That's what it's all about. It's about making the trailer look great. It's not really about getting the game to feel great anymore. Because we can just keep you there with gambling and microtransactions and addictive things like that. So we don't really care. We want you to get hooked based on the trailer. That's what it's about. They're directing a trailer. The game's built for the trailer instead of the other way around.
Well, that's what's so like phenomenal about like Nintendo games, though. Like it's such a game, you know. Yeah. Like it's like when if they just let a guy run loose playing like Days Gone, like you basically see the same thing from every guy playing
mechanics
it. And like, but because like.
Game.
To go back, because when they were playing the Zelda game, like, you'd be walking around, right? Like Bill Trinan or whatever, you'd be playing, and he'd be running or whatever, and he'd just see something, and he's like, oh, yo, this is cool. Let's check that out, you know? Yeah. And it's not scripted. Like, that just shows that, like, you've made a good game when, like, you can just be walking around, you'll see something.
Yeah, and you're like,
I'm
about to do
like, you know what I mean?
Cool,
and, like, if you were playing, like, Days Gone, you'd be like, I'm just going to run down this hallway. Or, you know, and just let the game do what it does. And, like, if you're playing, like, Zelda game or, like, Mario or something, say you're playing, like, Mario 64 back in the day or, like, something, you just see something, like, and you're like, oh, shit, I gotta check that out, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, it's a game.
It's a game. It's about the gameplay experience. And that's the difference.
Like, I love me some story, but see, the thing that people, like, Japan even understood how to make story games properly. Like, they understood, like, you can't have full control when you're doing a story game, almost. Like, when you're playing something like Persona 5, it's very, like, directed.
Yeah, and that's the difference, especially with their RPG games. Like, there's a lot more.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you jump into like Persona, and you go, and everything's directed. But it's directed in like a game sense. You know?
That's what I'm saying. It's not like trailer bait. Like you can't, you can never fully like if you never play Persona, you can't fully grasp what Persona's about or the feelings you get from Persona if you just watch the trailer and you just see people talking, and you're like, what am I supposed to? I don't get this. Why are people hyped about this?
You just talk to people. It's like,
okay. Okay. You know what I mean? Like,
trust me, man, it's sick.
Yeah, you can't show it in such a way that makes it look cool, but like once you actually get to play the game and you're 20 hours in and you get the full experience, then that's when you actually feel like, oh man, I'm enjoying myself.
Then you're 60 hours deep and the credits roll and you're just like crying. You're like,
all my friends.
Yeah, and you don't want to leave your friends. Yeah. And then it starts flashing by, showing all the bonds you've made. You're like, yeah, that guy was cool. And then you can be an asshole and you can get like 5 girlfriends. And on Valentine's Day, they all show up and they try to give you chocolate. Yeah. And you're just like, I'm sorry, I can only pick one. I'm so sorry. And you actually have to go. I love it like Persona 4 because I had like 5 girlfriends. And you have to go, you gotta blow them all off individually. And you have to go through this long sequence every time. Just all lined up. And you're like, I'm sorry, but dude, I gotta go. And then they're like, there's someone else, isn't there? And you're like, no, there's no one else.
No. What are you talking about?
And then you finally get like to the one that you want to.
And then she blows you off. Yeah. You're like,
like me, like I got to like Naruto and I'm like, yeah, let's go. After like dumping 4 girls. Oh no, that's terrible.
Well, that's what you have to. But like you can't explain stuff like that in the trailer.
And like that's the fun of the game, you know,
yeah,
because
like it's moments like that where you can't show it in the trailer and people are gonna be like, yeah.
It's cool though, because like it's scripted, right? But it's like I got that experience because of the choices that I made, you know. Yeah. And it doesn't feel gimmicky like you know, like now we're just like make choices, things happen.
Congrats.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
Like it didn't really feel. It just felt like because there was such a long build up to that, and I wasn't even thinking about that. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's not the main focus.
Like
it's
I
just
wouldn't have
part
done
of
it
the
if
overall-
I had. I was even thinking about the awkward moment where I'd have to blow them off. I'm sorry, man. Every time a new girl showed up, she took my heart.
She stole it away from me. Cause I'm in too deep and I'm dry.
Up above. But
Are we missing anything from E3 or
there
anything
wasn't a
significant?
lot at E3. Like really.
Yeah, like we said before, like there's just a lot of stuff that was already shown.
Final Fantasy 15, they showed a boss fight. It looked kind of janky. I wasn't super into it.
Yeah,
But,
I guess we'll.
one thing I liked, I thought was really funny. Eden and I were joking around about this. Did you see the Final Fantasy 15 VR trailer?
Oh yeah.
And like the guy turns around, he's got the headset on. Yeah, I remember you were watching.
All I could think of was just Square Enix just sitting there, like we've been working on this for 10 years. We need to make the money back somehow.
I thought that was so funny though when he turned around.
I don't know his name, but
I was
it's
like
the
reading
blonde.
something. Apparently, like the guy like animates the character, like goes to work dressed as him sometimes.
That's good.
Apparently, I don't know. I'd have to fact check it. Don't take my word.
Yeah, don't take our words for anything. Yeah. We don't do research.
You just regurgitate info
that we've heard.
I'm trying. I don't know. There wasn't a lot at E3. I mean,
it's just
and people are like, it's the most hype. You have like the Crash Bandicoot fake out.
Yeah, they're rebuilding the other ones, like the first ones, but still.
I saw if he came out, like we're thinking like, oh shit, we're gonna do Crash, and it's like Skylander skin, or something like that, and you're like, oh.
They're still remaking the first and second one. Though.
It's still cool. I mean, I've never been a huge fan of Crash Bandicoot, regardless, so I don't really care.
Okay, I cared to a bit. Like it's got this nostalgic grasp on me, but like. It wasn't up there in like my top best games of all time kind of thing.
I didn't play it when I was like a child, so
okay.
like I played it later, and I was just like, it's very it's like it's good.
Goofy.
It's just old school, you know. It's like super old school. Like it's so like old school to the point where like I feel like it could just be a phone game now. Like the way it's like, because you just kind of run at the camera, and like if you were playing on your phone, you could kind of do like tilt, and like you could touch the screen. Like it's very simple.
There's other ones though. So
I like it. Yeah, the other ones aren't good though. I'm pretty sure. Like like people like diehard Crash fans don't like the games because the games that came after weren't made by Naughty Dog.
Here's a question: who made Spyro again?
Insomniac.
That's what I thought. Okay, I have a feeling. I just have this feeling that next year or the year after we're gonna get remixes.
Well, they're working on the Spider-Man game right now.
Eventually.
So.
Yeah.
That looked pretty cool too. The Spider-Man game.
Spide's my guy.
That was on. It's a PS4 exclusive again. Like seriously, like why would anyone buy an Xbox? Like,
because it's Xbox.
Like I don't understand diehard Xbox fans. Like it's like, and everyone I talk to is a diehard Xbox fan. Has the money to buy a PC as well, or they also have a PC. That's like, why do you have the Xbox?
Because they love.
They're like, yo, it's sick, man. You can like stream to your PC. I'm like, that. Why? I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, I'm just weeb trash. I'll throw myself out.
Yeah, I'm just a weeb.
Just
nothing but a weeb.
Yeah. I'll just show myself out. I don't know. Well, I'm trying. Yeah, but the Spider-Man game, I was very pleased with like the voice actor choice. Like they picked Yuri Lowenthal, voices like Yosuke and others.
Yeah.
But like Yosuke's from P4, by the way. Persona 4. Sorry, I use a lot of slang. But like
Persona.
We're
all weeps here.
It was like it was like the perfect voice actor choice, though. I think it just fits like Spider-Man so well. And I was like, oh shit.
How do you think the P5 voice acting is gonna be?
Probably pretty fucking good though, because like you said, it's always been good.
Except for Persona 3 and Fuka.
Fuka was bad, man. Fuka was really bad.
So
We're going for an all-out attack. Oh no! 3
3
shadows.
Uh-oh.
And she was a cool character too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
well,
that's what breaks me because I don't even like when I remember Persona 3, I don't even remember her.
Yeah.
As a character because like her voice actor was so bad. I just watched.
My favorite character in Persona 3 was Junpei.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say that.
But
yeah, he's pretty cool.
I like Junpei. I like Akihiko as well. I love that he's just this cold motherfucker. He has just puts his jacket over his shoulder and he's just like good. I like all the characters. You got like Shinji. He's like, "Oh, good time for this."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh fuck."
Oh, fuck.
What does he have time for? What's he doing that makes him not have time for that? Is he just too cool? But no, that guy's cool.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, those games are all about the characters, though. It's awesome.
Well, when you get to the end, like you realize, like, oh, that's what this is about.
Oh.
It's not about the gameplay.
Wait a second.
It's about the characters.
Yeah.
But it's like talking to the characters is gameplay.
Exactly.
I had to really like
It's
justify certain things as like gameplay and not gameplay.
Yeah, exactly. I think we were talking about that before too, where like there's different elements of gameplay. Like it's not just like hit button and do this and swing this axe, and that's not like the only way you can actually create a gameplay element. Like talking to people in Persona is a gameplay element because you can't do that, say, in like a movie or something like that. It's about your character interacting with this person because you chose to. That's automatically becomes a game element. So yeah.
Well, that's what I'm
That is
saying. Yeah,
gameplay.
like you picked to do it.
Yeah.
Like you're in control. Which
Yeah, as
makes
long
it
as
a game.
as soon as you make a choice to do something, then it's gameplay. Like no matter what it is.
What's it called? That one thing I'm curious. Did they show that game again? That
Okay.
It was like they showed it last E3. It was like Under the Sea type thing. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
I
Like,
think,
did they show more of that?
I
Like,
don't
wasn't
know.
it like that game company?
I don't
Or
know.
was it
'Cause
like
it wasn't. I think they're inspired. by
that game looked really
company.
cool though?
Yeah, I think
I
they
wanna
had to have
see
shown it
more of
'cause in the Donkey video. He
Yeah,
had a
no,
video
that's what
of
I'm
it.
saying. I saw that and I was like, did they show that? I
No.
forgot to look it up again.
I don't know because like they didn't show it in like the actual conference because like I said before, like they want to show all the cool, like quote unquote cool
And
stuff for the cool kids so that they can be like, wow, Sony's
Oh,
killing
look
it.
at all this cool shit.
Yeah, look at this cool Days Gone.
Look at the same game 5 times.
Yo, look at this forest that looks exactly like a forest.
Impressive.
Impressive. This is the exact same forest I saw.
Like when I'm walking in like Zelda, like Breath of the Wild, I'm just seeing all these blades of grass moving around, all these. Oh, and I love it because they got all the
Colorful
flowers in there,
water-painted
like
things. Yeah.
like I was fine with just the grass, but they added all these colorful flowers to mix up the. Oh, that just. Oh, boy. Oh my! Oh, yeah, that's another thing that I thought was really cool about it. How they had all different weapons too.
Yeah.
Like you have like great swords and like spears and stuff. Like you can tell like they're putting so much effort into the combat now as well.
Yeah,
Like they're really like fleshing it out. Like, oh, this game's gonna be tasty.
be grody.
Yeah, there's nothing really much else for me to like. Nintendo showed various like little indie games that just looked like meh. Like I don't really care.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like then, like I already told everybody.
Oh,
earlier,
yeah, they were like, we're
they're
showing
doing
Zelda, yeah.
and that's what we're showing.
And Ubisoft. Oh yeah, the South Park game looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, the last game was good because like the actual creators of South Park are working on them, and the new game I actually have high hopes for it because they like refined. I assume they just I feel like it'll be better because like the first one they had to do a lot of shit, like they had to like map out the town because they never did that before, and also they just didn't work on games before, but now they have more experience working on games. But, like if you read into them, they actually like love video games.
Well, yeah. Oh, the people are passionate about it. Like regardless.
Like Matt
of
Trey, it's interesting. Yeah, like he loves like board games and shit too. So like he said, like that's what kind of because like
Well, he's
I think
passionate
like they were
about it.
working on like the combat system as well, and I think he said that's what inspired the combat system.
Well, like as long as you have like passionate people, like I usually like you can feel the love put into a game. Like even if like there's just a small team of people, like and even if the game's not perfect, like I can feel when somebody actually tries to do something.
Yeah. Well, that's what I feel like we're losing more and more. Like you lose like the love kind of with every year.
Well, because
feels
it's
like.
more about the refined product, but like based on our technology, we can refine everything perfectly, and like I said, we can just recreate everything. Like, oh my god, a forest. That's a forest. That's a guy.
It's like
That's a guy walking. That animation is literally a guy walking.
motion cap, right? Yeah. And it's like I get the appeal to it, you know. Like sometimes you need it, but like I don't want to see it in every game.
Yeah. I think I said this before too, but like I can't wait for the day where like we just get completely perfect realism,
and everyone's
we can just
like,
place the
"Oh."
guy in there, and then that's the last day that we're impressed by graphics and realism, and
It's
that's
gonna
just
get-
the final day.
It's gonna get to that
And
point.
then people are like, and they can't impress people with
because
that
they
anymore.
can't innovate the visuals anymore. So then the game design won't innovate, and then people will start to realize, like, wait, the game design's important.
Wait a
But
second.
I have hopes for video games at the moment. It feels like we're coming out of like a very stale period right now.
Yeah,
Like
I think
because
so.
we're getting like games that I think will actually become classics.
Yeah.
Like I think P5, Zelda, Last Guardian. I think these will all be classics, like shit that people will remember and play
and
down the line.
And we don't even know what's coming with NX.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I think Nintendo's actually going to bring out the big guns with this one. So.
Oh yeah, I feel like it should almost be like the 3DS of consoles. Like I feel like we're just gonna have a fuckload of games on it. Like I feel like
we're gonna see because like they're gonna try, and there's rumors of them saying that they're gonna have a big lineup, and they have to because like with the Wii U and it's not selling in this. They're gonna have to at least attempt to grab a lot of a bigger audience.
Back someone in a corner, they have to go hard.
Yeah,
like Sony with the PS3, they got back from a corner and they made like a ridiculous amount of exclusive games for the PS3.
They're like, oh, okay,
and it was just like, no, if you look at like my set of PS3 games over there, like I think more than half of them are only on the PS3. And people are like, man, why do you buy consoles? It's like that's why I buy the console because the best. Well, it's like the best video games on console. Like we have amazing indie games and stuff on PC, and like I think every platform has its own. Like that's the cool thing about PC is I would buy a PC because there's games that I can't get.
Yeah. Like no one's arguing that. Like we know PC will always be more powerful
PC's
than all
amazing.
these consoles.
Like I love like PC's awesome.
But it's the specific games those need to happen.
Like no one's denying the fact that the PC is great. Like the PC is like amazing. It's awesome.
As
that,
a hardware unit, it is the best, and it will always be the best. But like I need that P5.
Like it's awesome that you can put in a game and you can play it at 60 frames, full out graphics and shit, and you can play it the way that it was meant to be played, right?
Yeah.
I'm like that's kind of. I'm like I get that.
But do I care? The play day's gone?
Yeah, I don't care. I don't. Like, I mean, the only game I want to see full out HD is Breath of the Wild, But, like, it's going to look good on the Wii U, and I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. But, like, I get it, because, like, I've talked to, like, again, like, our friend Eden. He plays, like, the PC, right? And we always get in these conversations about it, and he's like, oh, man, once you been playing games like X amount of frames for so long, it gets jarring, is what he says.
Yeah. Well, it's like
to go to 30, Yeah,
that's like with everything.
But I'm like, dude, if you sat down, you just get back. And
exactly, it's like graphics.
I know, like me
you
personally,
go back to an old game and then you just get used to it in like 5 minutes, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like it's weird. Like me personally, like when I play like Dark Souls in 60 frames, I feel like it feels off. Like it doesn't feel right in 60. I don't know. It feels weird. Like I was playing Dark Souls 2 is a piece of shit regardless. But like I was playing the PS4 version and it's in 60, right? Yeah. And it just feels wrong. And I almost feel like
was the original?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like when you make a game in 30 frames and you bump it to 60, because when you're making a game, you're making it in 30 frames. You know.
Like Shadow of the Colossus in 60 would look gross. Mm-hmm. Like if they didn't compensate for them making it 60, Shadow of the Colossus in 60 would just look so. And I was like playing
like The Last of Us like remastered, right? Mm-hmm. And they bumped it up to 60, and it just felt kind of off. Like it felt. And I felt too smooth.
Oh. Well, it's just a quick wow factor of like, wow, this is in 60, and then your body, your eyes just get used to it, and then like it's not.
I mean,
even,
it
like,
is
an
great.
Aspect of the game
like it's
anymore.
like when you're playing a game like Metal Gear Solid 5, which is designed to be in 60 frames. Like you can feel it. Like even like while you're playing, you don't even get like you're just like, oh man. Like every now and then I'll stop. I'm like, man, this is butter.
Yeah. Well, the reason why like 60 frames even happens is because like. Whenever you have a game that has a lot of fast movements and stuff like that, and you need every single one of those frames, like Smash Bros, like you need 60 frames.
Well, here's the thing: if you jump Smash Bros down to 30 frames, it looks like it's in slow motion.
Yeah, and it's like what's going on?
And that's because it's designed to be in 60, and I feel like it almost goes both ways. Like I feel like you can't reverse.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you take a game and put it into 30. That was 60 once it's like it's so obvious like ew, that's gross, but I feel like when you put like a game from 30 to 60 I get that same like oh that's gross.
Yeah.
But like there's certain games though that were designed to be in 60 but like on the console version were 30, and then when you play it on the PC you're like ooh. Or when they make the remastered version, right, you're like oh wait, that's how it's supposed to be.
Oh, pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Well,
and like I feel like if we jumped like because I'm pretty sure like Wind Waker runs at 30 frames, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if we jumped Wind Waker to 60, it would look really weird.
Yeah. Well, because they designed it.
And it's like Symphonia, like when you play the PS2 version, when they jumped it down to 30.
Yeah, that's so bad. Like the original Symphonia on GameCube, Tales of Symphonia. Just want to let people know.
To let people in.
It was a 60 frame per second game on perception per second game on GameCube, and then they're like, oh. And I guess it sold a lot more than they thought it was going to sell. And they're like, oh, shit. And then they just ported it to the PS2. And it was 30 frames.
Because the PS2 was not as powerful.
And it looks like you are. But here's the kicker. later on, a few years ago, when they go to make the HD remaster, they're like, you know what? Yes, let's just remaster the PS2 version and not bump the frames back up to 60. Let's just keep it at 30. Definitive edition.
Lazy.
Okay.
Lazy.
Maybe you should start wrapping this up because we've been going for a while.
I was thinking. I was actually about to say.
I was just thinking.
Was there anything else? I didn't watch EA's because.
Yeah.
I mean, Battlefield 1 looks alright.
Yeah.
I mean, but I already know. It's like, I don't know,
it looks okay.
I was watching people playing. I was watching the gameplay, and like that's what really separates the men from the boys. And
like everybody can get hyped about that like pre-rendered thing.
I gotta give them like a thumbs up though that they actually showed gameplay this time, because I remember when they showed Battlefield Hardline last year, they did this whole scripted thing. I remember we keep bringing up Donkey because I don't know. Donkey, he's smart with the way he rips on things, but like he was like ripping on that, like he was like showing like actual gameplay of him playing and like back to back, and it's so lame and boring.
Yeah, so at least they showed some actual multiplayer.
Like, I don't know, Battlefield's kind of gimmicky game design because they're like, oh, big map, you know? Like,
doesn't mean anything. A bit.
I mean, like, they have the vehicles and stuff, which compensates. But, like, they have this big, like, map, and, like, you can fill it sometimes, like, where, like, no one is around.
Yeah.
Like,
well, sometimes big isn't always better.
No, it's not.
Obviously.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it feels like a lot of time, like, the last thing we're going to go into before we wrap it up.
Yeah.
A lot of time, like, we have this obsession with, like, open world.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, I get it when it helps. Like, the new Zelda game, it helps.
When your game's designed around
like,
the fact
they're designing
that it's open world,
it.
like, great.
Yeah. Because Zelda, they're doing, like, a throwback here, right? Like, and it used to be, like, an open-esque thing, and that's what they're trying to do. So it's, like, open world for a reason. Now it's, like, open world because it looks cool and it sells the game.
Yeah. It's basically, we have no gameplay elements that surround open world, but hell, it's just their open world in there. So you can go from point A to point B, and it takes 20 minutes.
They don't give them enough time, though. Like, that's the problem. Like, they try to develop these... Like they try to change that non-open world game design into open world, and then they try to give them the same time that they had. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they don't give them enough time. Like Watch Dogs 2 is already coming out. Like, that's that's not enough time to make an open world game. Like, you realize there's a reason why it takes GTA like 6 years to bring out a new game.
Well, it's the reason why,
because they flesh out the world.
Yeah, it's the reason why the Zelda team, like, it's the reason why with Zelda, like, they don't bring one out for a while, and they have like 100 Monolith guys working on it. Yeah, because it takes time. Like, if you're gonna make a game that big, the details matter so much more.
Oh my god, Brandon, they're working on the game.
What?
Because it's like if you have like an open world game, like what I was saying back, if you rewind, where I made a thing about Zelda, and I was saying he was just walking around and he saw a thing, he was like, oh, let's check that out. Like, that's because they sat down and they fucking designed this world. Yeah,
and there's something significant to go do in that area. It wasn't
and the
just
more gameplay I was watching, there's all these caves and shit, and like they're pulling it, they're finding chests and caves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's, like you were saying, like there's things to go and do.
Yeah.
Like that's the reason why, like that's the point of open world, so you can go and do things, you know. And then we neglect the fact that, oh wait, you have to do things in this open world.
Wait, but that means we have to design things. Nah. Okay. Mm-hmm. How about we just skip that portion?
Yeah, I guess, you know, like honestly, like overall, like I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
E3 was pretty stale, to be honest. Like, it wasn't anything to get hyped about.
It was fine. Like
no, it was fine. It was just all the shit we saw. We already saw.
Yeah, we're here to get hyped about the games that we already were getting hyped about before.
And like, I'm fine with that, but I just hate the best E3.
Yeah.
Like I think E3. I think 2014. Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, that's what I was about to say. I was going to say next year you're going to see the same people.
Next year it will be best E3.
Yeah,
Sony.
It almost feels like a child. Almost like, because like when I was a kid, every time I'd see like a new movie, I'd be like, this is the best movie.
Yeah, like we're not. Yeah, exactly. Like we're not saying don't be hyped. Like, it is hype, but like
it's not the
it's
best.
It's like this every single time. Yeah. Like people say it every single time.
It just feels very childish to be like best E3.
Yeah.
And like like really like when I was a kid, every time I go see a movie, try a new food or something like that, it just felt like this is the best movie, this is the best food.
There will never be a better one.
Yeah, there will never ever. And then like the next day, this is the best food. Like I don't know.
Well, yeah.
I think E3. I think it was E3 2014. I think was the best E3 in a long time. And that was when Nintendo dropped Smash, Zelda, and like when they just unloaded everything on us. Like remember, like they just kept dropping games.
Mm.
No.
What?
I will skip this version of Java.
Oh,
well, thank you.
Yeah, Java always asking for new versions.
I don't want your new fucking version, Java. I don't want it. I didn't want it the first time. I don't want it the second time.
I don't quite have a grasp on what you're used for, and
yeah.
I do.
The only time I use Java for is to play Minecraft, and I don't really play Minecraft anymore.
Okay, well.
And like, it's just like I don't know. There's not much, but anyway, we'll wrap it up. E3 was pretty cool. Yeah, I liked it. We got some cool announcements. We got the Kojima, the day stream.
Yeah, okay. I keep forgetting about the whole Kojima thing. That's cool. So
we got Zelda. That For Honor game looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Like, I mean, all this stuff. It's cool. Like we were saying, Zelda kind of negated the Pokemon hype, but Pokemon is still cool.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of anything else to sum up.
Nope.
I mean, Battlefield 1 looks like decent, but it's gonna sell more copies than all the good shit.
Yeah,
but
P5 will be P5. The new Nier game.
Oh yeah, they didn't even look that up. If you're still here, Nier. Yeah, what is it, like Nier
Automata or something?
I don't fucking know. Just type in Nier 2. Watch the boss fight. It's cool. I don't know why they didn't show that. If you Weeb, if you made it this far, you'll be interested.
If you made underground.
If you made it this far, you might even know it exists already.
Okay. Yeah, if you made it this far, you have to know it exists. Yeah. It's too underground.
Yeah,
just like us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Everyone knows that the stuff that's underground is amazing.
Exactly.
Just like us.
Just like us.
Oh yeah, hype! All right, we're fucking out of here.
Hey, whoa! This is
anime
quick.
Game quote. Anime game quote.
Quick, man. We're supposed to like say.
I like the very subtle. I don't know. I just love just sliding out really fast, like Emergund.
There's no like. This has been like.
Oh yeah. Good point.
We're just
I gotta
like
do
Audi.
That. This has been fucking Weebcast.
Yeah.
I'm Kid Wittee.
And I'm Hugrazy.
And yeah.
Yeah, Steve and Brandon.
Yeah, or Stevie. I don't know. It depends how you're feeling.
Yeah.
So
you're just like gone. We're done.
And we are done.
Yeah.
And
you don't deserve our names.
Look out for my new video.